Now, I think the part we stopped is actually this side. We are actually treating difference of two squares, isn't it? That's the part we stopped. I told you that actually when we have revision, Z1 over Z2 is equals to 3 plus 2i over 4 plus 3i. Now, you use the conjugate of the denominator to multiply up and down. So it will be 3 plus 2i over 4 plus 3i times 4 minus 3i over 4 minus 3i. Where do we get 4 minus 3i from? Conjugate. Isn't it? Hope you guys are following.
Yes, we are following, sir.
All right, let's continue. Now, here, if you look at how their answers are, you will notice that they actually left the numerator like that. So no need to touch the numerator at all. So our answer for the numerator at the top will just be 3 plus 2i in brackets and 4 minus 3i. No need to touch the numerator at all. Now let's focus on the denominator. And I explained to you that denominator is giving difference of two squares similarities or vibe, isn't it? That is, we have x plus y and x minus y. Now, if you have x plus y, x minus y, you multiply the first two, x times x, and you get what? X squared. Plus times minus, that's this plus times this minus, will give you what? Minus. And we have what? Y times y, which will give us what? Y squared. Isn't it? Now, the same thing you are going to apply here too. We are going to apply that here too. So it will be 4 times 4. That's this 4 times this 4. We give you what? 16. Then plus times minus, we give you what? Minus. And we have 3i times 3i, we give you 9i squared. Can I continue?
Yes.
Now, don't forget that we made mention that I square, what's the value of I square, if you remember? Anybody?
I square is -1.
Thank you very much, sir. I square is -1, like we said earlier. Some of you have forgotten. Now, let's impute that now. So I'm not coming back to this numerator again. Let's just focus on this denominator. This numerator is fixed once and for all. So it means that 16 minus 9, open bracket, I square, which is -1. And -9 times -1 will give us what? +9. And 16 plus 9 will give you 25. So that is how we got this 25 at the denominator. Who did not understand? Who did not understand?
Maybe you can come again once, please. Don't be annoyed.
No problem, no problem. Now, the thing there is that, where should I start from? Here, like the 16
Yeah,
minus
from
9
the
I
16,
square.
yes, 16 minus 9.
Okay, if you look at 16 minus 9i square, we said I square is equals to -1, right? That is why I change I square to -1 here.
Yes.
16 is still 16. Minus times minus will give us plus. 9
Yes.
times 1 will give us 9. 16 plus 9 will give us 25. And that is how we have 25 as the denominator.
Okay.
That's here.
Okay.
So if you look at that, it's just a different way that they express their own answer. Can I take it off, or some of you guys should take a screenshot before I take it off?
Okay.
Okay, fine. Now if you look at this now, you will notice that here was actually, we actually have 3 plus 2i in bracket and 4 minus 3i. We actually have over 25, Abby. Do you know that you can actually, if you leave the answer like this, you are very correct. And if you also want to leave it in form or their way, you cannot just bring 25 outside like this and say open brackets 3. No. And start writing 3 plus 2i. It is wrong because 25 is the denominator. So if you want to bring the 25 outside at all costs, now the thing you are going to do there is that you are going to say 1 over 25. Then you write whatever you want to write inside the bracket. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes.
Any question?
Yes, sir.
If you have any question, please ask. So I'm going to stop at the last part. That's 3.26, absolute value. Yes, we call it absolute value. Either I call it absolute value of modulus. I'm sure you guys must have done modulus in vectors, isn't it? Yes, of complex numbers. Now, let me start with that. Now, when we talk about absolute value, like now, this is it now. If Z1, if the question say find the modulus of Z1, it means that express Z1 in this form, like, two vertical lines. Express Z1 in that form. Now, how do you express Z1 in that form? Don't forget that Z1 is equals to A plus B1. I told you to express that equation. It's still here. They brought it out. So it means that the formula for expressing in modulus or absolute value will now become Z1 is equals to square root of A square plus B square. We are not bothered about I. I is negligible here. We are not concerned about I. We are only concerned about the numbers. And we take the square root of the sum of the squares there, like A square and B square. Don't worry, when I solve an example, you will understand better, okay? Now let's look at this example, this part here. This one here, this one. So if Z is equals to 3 plus 2i, and the question asks you to look for, what? Modulus or resultant. Now what we're going to do is to say square root, just fix the number here. That's 3 square plus 2 square. Are you following? Like I said, that the I is negligible. We are not concerned about the I. We're only concerned about the numbers beside them. Are you following?
Yes, you are following.
Good. So it will be
Yeah.
square root of 3 square will give you 9. 2 square will give you what? 4. So 9 plus 4 will give you, I think I'll be writing up here. 9 plus 4 will give you what? 13. So that's the modulus of Z in the question, square root of 13. Well, you can leave the answer like that, and you can also express in square root in decimal value. Are you following? Are you following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Good. So you can leave your answer in this format, like square root. You can leave your answer in root form, square root of 13, or you can leave your answer in decimal. I think square root of 13 should be
3
point
point
something.
something. Should be 3 point something.
Exactly, 3 point something. So that's what I guessed. So let's check what's the got there. Okay, they actually left their own as look at this. If you look at what they did there, they actually left their own square root of 13. Can you say it? Can you say it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
I think this modulus, there are other topics aside from complex number. I now have seen it. I think it's in SEC or something. I've seen it in other topics.
Yes, it is actually in this thing as well. It is in vectors as well. Yes.
Yes.
Vectors. It's in
Okay,
vectors.
sir. Well done, sir. Continue.
All right. So that is just that. Like I said, that we would be looking at the modulus. So that is that for the modulus. If you have any question regarding modulus, ask question. Or should I give you a question from myself, from me?
Sorry, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, sure. Ask.
Yes, the question said if Z equals to 3 plus 2i, you said we should just multiply and we should leave the I. What if the question is if Z equals to 3i plus 2i? We have to just do it the same way like this, just 3
Now,
plus 2.
number one, your question is actually funny because in terms of complex numbers, only one of these will actually be carrying I. Are you following? Only one of
Yes.
them will actually be carrying I. So you cannot say 3i plus 2i. If it's 3i plus 2i, they can't give you like that because 3i plus 2i will give you 5i if you collect like terms together, isn't it?
Yes.
Exactly. So that is that. So
Thank you.
now, no problem. You're welcome. So they cannot give you something like 3i plus 2i. They only give you a number and another one that is actually bearing the I. That's your step. Who else? Who else? So I want you guys to do this for me, so I will confirm. I will be sure that you guys got the answer or you are following. Now let's assume you have if Z is equals to let's say 12 plus 5I. What is absolute value of Z? Tell me the answer, somebody. I need the answer. If Z equals to 12 plus 5I, what is the answer for modulus of Z or absolute value of Z?
Thirteen.
You are perfectly correct. 13. You are very correct. 13. 13 is the answer. No root. Or is there a root for yours?
No, no root, no root.
Exactly. Because, it will be square root of 169, isn't it?
Yes.
Good, good. We did not understand. I think everybody understands, right?
Yes.
Any question? Any question? Any question?
You can raise your
Who
hand
did
if
not?
you can raise your hand
If
if
you
you
have
have
any
question.
question, please ask. Nobody, right?
Nobody,
Nobody.
they understand. So go answer.
Okay, fine. So now the next part we are going on is working distances in complex numbers. Working distances in complex numbers. So we are going to be dealing with complex distances. Now, these working distances with complex numbers actually have to do with distance between 2 points. How many of you are good with distance between 2 points? You must have done it in coordinate geometry. You must have done it in coordinate geometry, isn't it? Distance between 2 points, haven't you? Yes, you must have done it. Now, the formula for distance between 2 points is actually this. Let me give you the formula. We actually have square root, that's distance between 2 points, x2 minus x1 all square plus y2 minus y1 all square. That is the formula for distance between
Yeah.
2 points. Remember? Do you remember?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, let's look for the distance between 2 points of two lines.
Nice.
Take note. Yes, you have a question? Who has a question? Who has a question? Now, look
Go
at this
answer.
now.
Go answer.
Okay, fine, fine. Now, let's look at this. Let's assume Z1 is equals to 3 plus 2I, and Z2 is equals to 4 plus 3I. Now, let's name this one. This X1, this Z1 now, let's name this one X1, and let's name this one what? Y1. Why this Z2? Let's name it X2 and Y2. Are you following? Now, if you substitute into the equation I gave to you will believe me that X2 minus X1 will become 4 minus 3. And that will become what? All square. 4 minus
1.
3 square. That's 1, Abby.
Yeah.
Plus, now, the y2 minus y1 will become 3I minus 2I. Everything all square. Are you following?
Mm-hmm.
4 minus 3 will give you 1. Everything all square. Plus 3I minus 2I will give you I. Everything all square. Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Exactly. Now, what does this thing mean? Like what does minus I mean? Take note. What does minus I mean? I think we have done that before now, isn't it?
Minus I.
Yes. I square rather. I square.
That's -1.
I square means -1, isn't it?
Yes.
We did not understand though. Please ask questions. Can I continue?
Yes.
Good. Now, another thing for this, somebody should ask question, please. Now, another thing again for this is that, okay, I think it skipped my mind. Now, the thing there is that for distance between 2 points, now the distance between 2 points, I is also negligible. Yes, I is also what? Negligible. That means that we actually don't work with I, we work with the value or coefficient of what? I. Take note, that is the number beside I, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Are you following? Good. So it means that this particular one is actually negligible. Are you following?
Yes.
Just like the same way, when we talk about distance between 2 points, you cannot actually say, if you have 2 points now, you cannot say their distance is 0. So it's not possible to be 0. There must be a specific thing there, and it cannot be negative, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what we are going to do is that we are actually working with the just like in resultant, we are actually working with the value, with the values, and not what, and not I particularly. Take note. So let me repeat again. Here will be 4 minus 3, which is 4 minus 3, and here will just be 3 minus 1. So the I is negligible, okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
4 minus 3 will give you 1 square, and 3 minus 2 will give you what? 1. But don't forget the square at the top. So here will become square root. And what do you have here now? 1 square is what? 1. Plus
1.
this other 1 square is 1. And that's how you have square root of 2.
Root 2.
Now, if you look at the question very well, you will notice that they actually did -1 all square, -1 all square. Why is now my own 1 square, 1 square? Are you not wondering?
Yes.
Now, good. Now, there are 2 equations for, somebody should take a screenshot before I take it off. There are 2 equations for length or distance between 2 points. There are 2 equations for it. Now, what are the 2 equations? The 2 equations can be x2 minus x1, that's the first one I gave to you, all square, plus y2 minus y1 all square. Are you following?
Yeah.
Now, the second equation is, it can also be x1 minus x2 all square plus y1 minus y2 all square. Both equations works. What I used is x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1. Are you following?
Yeah.
What they use is x2 minus x1 minus x2, y1 minus y2. So you can go try that yourself and you will get exactly how they got it. That -1 all square and -1 all square. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Any question?
Nope.
No question. Fine. So I'll be stopping here for today, please. Okay? Hello, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please, if you have any question, you can forward it to your tutor. He will send me the question and I will reply. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank
No
you.
problem. You're welcome. All right. Bye.
All right, thank you so
Bye.
much, sir. Really appreciate you, sir. So we will talk afterwards. We are so grateful. Thank you so much for your time and everything.
Okay, sir. No problem. You're welcome.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. Hope we are good and hope we are getting ourselves in good shape for the examination. So please, if you are here, can you how do we know? I want to take attendance. I want to know those of us that actually participated. Do we have my WhatsApp number? Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we need to so which of the groups we need to, like, some of the things that we learned, our experiences and everything, so that others can know that yes, we are really serious. And of course, we need to subscribe, okay? We need to subscribe. That man that came in here, you saw him teach. He's a seasoned tutor. It's not like I just told a student, come and call. This one is a seasoned tutor. And I'm going to pay him. Like, I'm going to pay him properly, like heavily. Not even come and do this. You can see how he brought his mind and did the thing. So when we are saying subscribe, these are the thing, because I know that at some point I will need to be engaging some people as well. So please, and it is we that will help me market my market. So we need to like on WhatsApp, I need to tell people our experiences so that people can also start showing interest and they can start subscribing. And if you are here, you have not been subscribing for my classes, please subscribe. What is the problem? Anyway, before we continue,